Hey everybody, happy Thursday. A lot to talk about in Last Cloudia. We did get our big update. I made a short video about this yesterday, but today we actually get to check all this awesome stuff out. And here's Beyland. Yeah, we got him. We got him. Alright. I did pull him on my very last pull. I was getting pretty damn nervous there. Yeah, this really drained me, so it's a good thing I didn't try to, plan to split my resources. It's looking like I'm pretty much sunk for the next banner, but I'm plenty happy because this guy's a monster. I've got to mess around with him for a little bit. I wanted to play him a little bit, unlock a few of his skills, things like that, before I really talked about him. This guy's power level is just off the chain, so this is kind of like what I imagine we can expect from like Prince Roland. So we will run this guy. We'll run him at the White Lab like we always do. I did use the rainbow potion that we got today on this bad Mamma Jamma, just to make sure that everything works the way that I thought it did. It did. This character instantly got taken to level 100. You don't need any awakening materials. So that's pretty cool. They're giving us like, this level up shortcut. I don't think we're gonna just be drowning in those rainbow potions. I think they're gonna be scarce, rightfully so. But this is cool. Kind of changes things for me. I really thought the first level 100 unit I would have, obviously, would be Captain Caveman over here. He is still at level 99. Actually, you know what? We could probably do something about that. Come on. There we go. Alright. Well, Captain Caveman is officially the first character that I have to completion, fully awaken. Beyland still needs to be awakened 3 more times. But he is the man of the hour. At least we got him at max level. That's pretty good in a day if you have one of those rainbow potions. So it worked out well. Obviously, I still have to awaken this character. The first thing I'm really glad about with this character is they did not put his power behind a paywall. What I mean by that is kind of what they did with Sevia. I don't really see them doing that with limited characters. They're already hard enough to get. So we will look at his weapon real quick. What I did with What I did with the few hero credentials I had for him is I bought shards for him, because this weapon right here, the the Holy Sword, Lafine. Sorry guys, I'm still drinking my coffee today. I can't believe I did that. The Solely Horde. Yeah, the Solely Horde Lafine. This thing has 135 attack. All in all, pretty standard for a paywall weapon. It does have a pretty nifty ability. Beyland only. Chance for physical critical attacks to slightly restore SCT. When one weapon is equipped, physical crit rate plus 5%. Man, today is just... I'm sorry guys, I'm trying to do this recording early. I want to get this out there since this guy just dropped. So, pardon my French, alright, or my Russian. So all in all, this is pretty good, right? Like, this is a pretty decent weapon. If you have 50 of his hero credentials, you can pick this bad boy up. This guy does favor using like his favorite one sword. That's really interesting to me, because I'm gonna have to look at this character and really try to figure out, is putting dual wield on him worth it? Because he does have some stuff in his kit where, as long as he's using his favorite sword, or as long as he has only one sword equipped, he does get some boosts. So I'm gonna have to fully unlock this character, see what that's all about. So we will be talking about that later. But this is the sword that you can get for him with 50 hero credentials. If you just started playing in Last Cloudia and you really wanted a super top tier physical damager, you know, maybe you pulled for this guy and you had 50 hero credentials and you're trying to decide if you should get this weapon or maybe some of his hero shards. Well, they did just make it easier for us to get shards. So if you don't have a better weapon than this thing's definitely worth it, right? Just restore SCT when one weapon is equipped, and physical crit rate plus 5%. 5% is very nice. Anything to restore SCT is great, but I gotta honestly say with this hero, he really doesn't need help in that department from what I've noticed. Now, mind you, mine's at level 100, but really he doesn't have any skills on him. But I can tell you from, you know, the little mock battles that I've ran with him, his skills charge up very quickly, and they are just insanely powerful. We're going to go over all that stuff. So what I did, because, first of all, I have the Mana Blade. So, obviously, I can give this guy the Mana Blade. So I really didn't see that much use for this sword for me. I would rather get some of his shards to power him up because he's going to be using a Mana Blade. The Mana Blade, let's see, let's just kind of compare them, because I honestly think if you have a weapon of that caliber, you shouldn't really worry about his paywall item, and maybe you're better off getting the shards. So here's what I have him equipped with. This is just kind of what I threw on him. But he does have the Mana Sword. It's got 185 attack instead of 135, so you're getting 50 more attack. And I'm getting plus 30% damage against God-type boss monsters. This is also giving 300 hit points. So I personally will take the Mana Sword over his blade any day. That 5% to crit, we can compensate for that. This does have more damage, so I'm digging it. Totally digging it. I threw Davin's t-shirt on him just to give him some more attack, and just, you know, accessories that I had that increase attack, just to, you know, run this guy and see what he's all about. You know what, we should cover his arc while we're at it. I gotta say, I really thought this arc of his would give us some kind of badass sword. Like, we don't have enough of those, but hey, we can still use more. I'm not going to bitch about badass swords. You know, Mana Blade 2.0, I'm all for it. But, let's see. I did manage to get this arc too. I got the arc instantly. I did have a chance to check it out, fully expecting to somehow have some kind of katana sword in here. But we'll get into that. Let's see. So, the arc's attribute is physical damage boosted proportional to enemy's size, max plus 40%. Boost movement speed each wave, damage from first skill used plus 50%. There's a lot of good stuff in here. Holy cow. First of all, the bigger they are, the harder they fall, I guess is the motto with this arc, because the bigger the boss, you know, the more damage you're going to do. Physical damage boost proportional to enemy size. So I'm assuming that the bigger the enemy is that you're fighting, the more damage that you're going to do. That's pretty impressive on its own. Boost movement speed each wave. Boost movement speed, period. So that's awesome. Anytime we can boost a movement speed without having to pay ASC, I'm totally down for that. Movement speed is very nice just to kind of have in the mix here. And then, last but not least, each wave damaged from first skill used 50%. This is really good for Beyland because he is a skill-based damager, and man, he is bringing some heat. This guy's skills are off the chain. Absolutely love them. We're going to showcase all those. And the Arc Ether reward that took me by surprise, Mithril Relief. So let's have a look at this thing. It's a 6-star item, and it's definitely worthy of it. Okay, this is an accessory that's going to give 200 hit points. Okay, it's going to give 65 strength. Now I'm interested. And finally, when a sword is equipped, boost movement speed. We love that movement speed. Okay, also skill damage plus 10%. That is just effing insanely awesome. This is good. I'm digging this. I'm going to be working on this thing. this can be used for a lot of heroes, right? Anyone that really uses a sword is going to have quite the edge with this item. Swords are very popular. The Mana Blade's a sword. It works out well for me. I cannot wait to get this thing. I think as soon as I'm finished with Tsukasa's Spear, I'm going to have to start working on this thing instead of finishing off Celios' gun. We will be talking about Celios a little bit because some of this guy's skills and Celios' skills are somewhat similar, but I feel like Beyland has the upgraded skill, and we'll talk about that when we actually get into his skills. But hey, speaking of skills, skill damage plus 10% is just awesome for him. So this thing is made for him, but not only for him. It's great, you know. Speaking of swords and whatnot, Beyland can use any type of equipment, any type of weapon. Oh yeah, I actually have to go. You know what? Let's look at my Beyland. That's why we pulled this guy. Let's look at ours. Yeah, I forgot to mention that when you go into this guy's equipment. Okay, I don't know where I was seeing that. Apparently, I'm wrong. So he can equip a sword, and he can equip, looks like light armor and medium armor. No heavy armor. I could have sworn he had access to more weapons than this, but it does make sense. He is a blade master. He's going to use a sword. He's going to use his favorite sword. Man, I could have sworn. I have to think back of what I was looking at, because what I was looking at, it showed he kind of had everything unlocked. But this makes more sense. I was wrong. I'm glad I caught it in time. This is why I like to look at things before I just, oh yeah, he can equip everything. Swear. So yeah, he can equip swords, of course, and medium and light armor, which is all you're really going to need for him. I think your best bet is just, you know, for me right now, I'm going to be using a piece of armor that increases his attack all I can. I'm not just instantly going to go for dual wield with him. In the future, maybe that's something I'll try, because I already looked through his kit and I see that he does get bonuses for just using one weapon, his favorite sword. This guy's just a badass samurai like that. Alright, so, but I would really like to get him that accessory that came off the arc from his banner. That would just take this guy to another level. The point is, there's plenty of weapons and stuff that this guy can equip. If you have some of the SR Trust Masters, let's see, like the Sword of Ruin, pretty much, let's see, oh, here we go. The Scarlet Sword Excalibur, right? Like, this thing's going to give you 140 attack. It's a little bit higher. It's 5 attack higher than his paywall weapon. It's not going to give you the extra 5% to your crit, things like that, but it's comparable. So if you do pull this character, you might not necessarily have to get that paywall weapon for him. Like, we have SR weapons that are very comparable to that. I wouldn't break the bank. If you got lucky and pulled this guy off of your first daily pull, which I wish I would have, I wouldn't feel pressured to get that paywall weapon for him. This isn't Thunder Sevia, okay? Like, 40% of this character's power is not locked behind a paywall weapon. I'm glad that, you know, they didn't do that. But there's plenty of swords. Like, we have an abundance of swords. There's plenty of swords that, you know, get up to 140 attack. So they're right around that same level that his paywall weapon is. And obviously, if you have a Mana Blade, this thing's 185 attack and 300 hit points. So, again, that's why I cashed out on the shards for him. But hey, maybe you want to run this guy with Randy, and you want your Randy to hold on to the Mana Sword, whatever, however you want to divvy it up, then maybe you might want to get this guy's 50 hero credential weapon. Right, I will leave that to you. Like, you can speculate on that and see if it's worth it for you. Personally, for me, I just went right for the shards. But that's because I have the Mana Blade and I'm going to be running this guy instead of Randy. I've already decided that. That was before I even tested out his skills. And then, man, my jaw dropped today. This guy is very amazing, to say the least. So if we look at his abilities, ephemeral swordplay. His S1 is really important, okay? Very powerful skill right here. Frontal mid-range combo attack. Okay, this reminds me of one of Celios's attacks, and this is why I say that this one's upgraded, because for Celios to do a similar move to this, he has to run up to the enemy and get within range to hit him with like his first strike, and then, you know, he comes down with his sword and makes like this ice wave that goes all the way across the screen. That's cool because it can pierce through a group of enemies and it can hit some enemies in the back. The downside is Celios does have to get within range to use that ability. With ephemeral swordplay, am I saying that right? Yeah, ephemeral swordplay. With this ability, this guy just, you know, cuts a groove right into the screen. It goes all the way across the screen. It hits everybody, so he doesn't have to run halfway up to the enemy, which is nice. As soon as the fight starts, you can just throw this thing, bam, everybody's getting hit, and it throws everybody back. I mean, this thing really throws enemies to the far edge of the screen. It's very cool, very powerful, and what I really like about it is this is the first hero that has a chance to counter with a skill. That's right, if this guy takes physical damage, he has a chance to counter with ephemeral swordplay. That's just off the chain. Like, you don't even have to have this skill charged up. This guy takes some physical damage, boom, he throws everybody to the other side of the screen and does tons and tons of damage. That's just his S1. His S2 is Fierce Swordplay. Jump in with the mid-range combo attack. This is great because it has that jump in it. Like, this is really what you want to cut the distance between you and your enemy. He comes down, does a bunch of damage. He can hit a bunch of mobs in the same area. This is very nice. I'm totally digging it, because for a lot of these boss fights, a lot of these bosses that hurt your movement, that throw you to the edge of the screen and break your movement so you can't get up to them while they charge their attack, it's really nice to have something like this. Kohaku has something like this where she can just jet across the screen and get right into combat. This guy has the same thing. Fierce swordplay. Very nice to have. I welcome this in any physical attacker's kit. Some sort of move to cut the distance between you and the enemy. Very nice. And then we have Fractured Swordplay. Wide range combo attack around unit. This is kind of like Robin's, you know, the Dark Fist comes out of the ground and hits everybody around you. This is one of those moves that's situational. You have to be surrounded by enemies for this to be worth anything, or you're just going to waste it. He's not going to target a unit and use his S3 on it. He's just going to drop his S3. It's either going to hit everybody around him and do lots and lots of damage, or if there's nobody there, you just wasted it. So, it works exactly like Robin's S3, although I have to say this thing probably does a little bit more damage. And then Formless Sword. All I can tell you about this is it looks badass. It does a ton. Powerful combo attack on one target. This is going to be like your boss slayer move. Obviously, when the boss is broken, you're going to want to use Formless Sword. It's going to do a ton of damage. Alright. I don't have all this guy's traits unlocked, but Overturned Haze is what I managed to start with. When attacked by a physical attack, a chance to automatically counterattack with Ephemeral Swordplay. I've seen this thing go off. It is absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to level this trait up to increase the likeliness of him countering with one of his skills. But this is just awesome because from what I've seen, like, there was a group of 5 enemies. One of them hit him, and it triggered his S1 skill. And all of the enemies ended up getting hit with that. He pretty much cleared the map. And this was cool because it was right at the very start of the fight. I didn't even have any skills charged. Didn't need to because he gets to retaliate with a skill. This isn't going to happen all the time, but it's really nice when it does. It's a nice surprise. It's a lot of damage. It's really awesome. I'm really glad that they gave this character something like this. I just think it's really cool. Definitely digging it for sure. Let's look at his abilities. He does have some very impressive stuff in here. Okay, charisma has been introduced. He has like charisma abilities, which in a nutshell are passive abilities that are applicable. They show up under, let's see, if we go to set skills, they show up under magic, swordsman charisma, increase damage limit for all allies by 2,000. Only while this unit is alive. Does not stack with other charismas. I'm sure it doesn't stick with other charismas either. So it's like, I'm pretty sure I just have to pick one of these to use. But hey, this effectively increases everybody's damage cap in your party. That's effing awesome. It just is. The other one that he has, Stance of Emerald Sky. Continuous regeneration effect on self, which I'm sure this would stack with, what is that ability that increases your SCT when you're regenerating? Why can't I think of it off the top of my head? Spirited Breath? Spirited Away? You guys know what I'm talking about. The point is, this charisma ability gives him continuous regeneration effect. That's awesome. It also gives him defense in mind plus 10%. Very awesome. They all do say non-stackable. This does not stack with other charismas, and this one just says not stackable. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure you can only have one charisma effect active at a time. So if I have both of them equipped, I don't know if it's just randomly picks which one, or if none of them work, I'm just going to have to mess with that and see how that works. I'm going to have to read up on charisma abilities. This is the first we're seeing something like this. At first I was a little confused. I was like, wait, this guy has magic? What? You know? I'm glad they did something like this. These cost 0 MP. They're just like a continuous effect. This is very cool for a hero that, well, he really doesn't have any business casting spells. He's a badass swordsman. So it's nice that they gave him something. Because I plan on putting some abilities on this character that increase his damage by eating up some of his magic points. So it's nice that he's going to be able to have some sort of charisma effect, and then on top of that, I can still give him what is that ability called? Sharp Eyes? Yeah, I can still give him Sharp Eyes, so that, you know, his attacks, his skill damage get increased at the cost of some magic points. All in all, very, very awesome character. The only thing I have on him is attack up max, which is great that he gets that. He gets illusion, ardor, pose of glory, piercing, right? Physical attacks have a chance to greatly reduce enemies' defense. This is nice. Some of the paywall weapons in this game kind of have a piercing effect on them. I believe Zuglis's red paywall sword pretty much has like piercing built in. When Zuglis attacks with that sword, he has a small chance of reducing the enemy's defense. Well, this is a chance to greatly reduce the enemy's defense. Not the cheapest ability in the world. Very nice to have that for free. And of course, he's going to get sword boost. Big surprise. When a sword is equipped, physical attack plus 10%. Actually, let's just go look at his skill set from here. Yeah, this is what it's looking like. We have attack up max already. Illusion, ardor, pose of glory, piercing, sword boost. Okay, I thought maybe this was gonna like give me a list of everything that he could have. No. We're actually gonna have to look at his tree for that. This is what I like about actually having the character. I like having all of this mapped out in front of me just to kind of go over. Let's look at some of the big ones that he gets. First and foremost, no attribute, critical rise. So this isn't no attribute attack rise, this is critical raise. No attribute attacks, critical rate plus 5%. Cool. His paywall weapon kind of matches that, so you'd get a 10%. Critical strength plus 50%. That's pretty awesome. This is going to increase how much his crits do. This is definitely going to probably get him to max damage with critical hits. Very nice to have. Increase your crit rate and increase the amount of damage crits do by a very substantial percent, as long as it's no attribute, which is cool. That was one of like the big pros that Randy had, is he never really had to worry about elemental strength and weakness. So non-elemental attack, very potent, can be very potent. This guy gets Holy Aura, boost equipped weapon attack. This is very nice. Holy Aura is not a cheap ability. Definitely digging that. Auto critical, continuous critical effect, nice. I just wish I had more rainbow gems to unlock all this stuff. Diamond Blade, I haven't even looked at this one yet. Physical damage to stone, machine, and dragon types, plus 30%. Here's a triple killer right here. Stone, machine, and dragon. Those are some gnarly types right there. Especially machine. Machines, from what I've noticed, they appear to get some sort of damage reduction. Like, you just do less damage to machines. Probably because they're made of metal. I don't know. But, and stone too. Those big nasty golems, some of them seem to have a damage reduction. I'm not sure about that, but it just seems like it. Maybe that, or just they just have a super high defense. The point is, very nice to have plus 30% to your physical damage against stones, machines, and dragons. So 3 killers in one, pretty much. Actually, I'm sorry. This is better than, this is like a killer and a slayer, because this is physical damage. So this is gonna work with your basic attack, if I'm correct on this, and it's gonna work with your skills. So this is like a triple threat, killer and slayer. I do believe, I have to test that out, but off the top of my head, I'm going to have to say it's that. So this is very gnarly. Diamond Blade, it sounds as expensive as it sounds. Like, I could only imagine how much SC Diamond Blade would cost. Looks very potent. Can't wait to try it out. Okay, so what is this? Is this another charisma? Silent Contemplation. Okay. Restores your own SCT for 10 seconds. Chanting time cannot be shortened. Huh. I don't know if this is magic. This is like a way for this guy to just power up. Maybe he can just stand in the back while the rest of your units go fight the enemy mobs. But I'm going to have to unlock this thing and see how it works. This could be very, very useful on your way to a boss. On the first wave, you could use Silent Contemplation and charge up your SCT so that, you know, on the boss wave, you're good to go and your skills are charged. I'm really curious about this. I'm pretty close to unlocking it. We're going to have to see how this goes. I might have to make another vid on this guy because he does have so many custom abilities. We're going to have to see how they work. So I'm just trying to give you guys the rundown of what this character is, what's on the banner right now. Very powerful stuff. I can't wait to try this out. Let's see. What about this? Stance of Crimson Victory. A stance I know is a charisma ability. So this is defense minus 20%, but strength plus 20%, and SCT speed up. Not stackable. Interesting. Very interesting. You're going to be more offensive, a little bit less defensive, but your SCT speed goes up. I can already tell you guys right now, I've ran this character, and it is amazing to me how fast his skills charge up. And my dude's pretty much running around naked. Like, he has 0 SC. Other than the abilities I've unlocked for him, I don't even have anything yet to increase all of his SCT. And I do believe this guy has haste in his kit. So I haven't even unlocked any of that, and I'm already surprised at how fast his skills proc. So that's cool. I'm glad they gave him these charisma ability things. I'm going to have to see how all these work. Let's see. That's Silent Contemplation. We looked at that. Fierce Swordsplay. This is one of his skills. Very nice. I like this thing. This is the one that travels. Okay. Fierce Swordsplay. Let's see. Let's just backtrack. Silver Swordsman. You get Silver Swordsman. This is impressive. Against large bosses, skill and special does 35% more damage. Skill and special. So this guy is just a giant boss slayer. That katana sword of his must just cut through everything, anime style. That's really how they're painting this guy up. But I will take 35% more damage to skills and specials any effing day. That is just awesome. Obviously we work that up. Quick trigger. I will take that any day. I love it. There's 6 free SC. I put quick trigger on just about anyone. This does help in arena, I think. It helps you proc a skill right off rip. If it's the right skill, it can just tear your enemy apart, especially if you're talking about proccing an S3. So quick trigger, awesome. Nice to have that in there for free. Loving that. Okay, let's see. Pose of Honor. Defeat an enemy with a physical attack and recover 5% MP. This is cool because this is just enough to keep him fed for abilities like Sharp Eyes. So, you use a skill, it's going to cost you like, a couple MP to do more damage. And if you kill that enemy, you get your MP back. And when you get to the boss, you're all charged up. You have, full MP. So that's nice. This is all he needs, really. This is going to keep his MP somewhat charged up, even with an ability like Sharp Eyes. This is going to help a lot. So I am glad that they gave him this one ability to help him with his MP. That's cool. Very good stuff right there. So we have Fractured Swordplay. This is one of his skills. Yeah, this is his S3. Very powerful stuff. Hits everybody all around him. Cannot wait to charge that bad boy up. Of course, we get Sword High Boost. When a sword is equipped, physical attack plus 30%. I think he already has Sword Boost too. Yeah, I already have that on him. So he's gonna get 10% from Sword Boost. He's gonna get another 30% with Sword High Boost. It's 40% with a sword. That's pretty damn skippy. He's gonna get Illusion to dodge, duck, dodge, and dive. Pose of Glory. Defeat an enemy with a physical attack and recover some SCT. We love SCT. SCT is the bomb to recover. Alright. Stance of Emerald Sky. I already have this. We went through it. This is the one. Defense in mind plus 10%. And it gives you a regeneration effect. So that's very cool. Can't wait to see, like I said, if that stacks with Spirit Breath and gives him more SCT cooldown. That would be cool. But like I said, this guy's SCT is just off the chain already. Like before we even get into haste and all that good stuff. Speaking of which, here's the auto haste. Continuous haste effect boosts SCT. Very nice, like what, 12, 14 SC ability to have for free. Absolutely loving that. And then he gets Favorite Sword. This is custom. When equipped with only one weapon, that's his baby. And in my case, that's the Mana Blade. Physical attack damage plus 30%. That is an effing huge boost right there. And physical attack damage limit 3,000. So this is going to break damage cap as long as he has that one favorite weapon of his equipped. He gets to overcome damage cap, and he gets physical attack damage plus 30%. It's gonna be, yeah, I'm pretty sure this guy is going to do more damage with just one weapon than he is going to be with dual wielding. We're gonna have to see. We're definitely gonna have to check that out. But anybody has any comments to add about this guy dual wielding or using his favorite sword? It's looking right now like I'm definitely gonna have to. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna build him up and I'm gonna look at everything, but it's looking like he's gonna come out on top with that one favorite sword of his. They made sure of that by giving him a skill called Favorite Sword. Very cool, custom skill. Don't see that anywhere else. I haven't seen it anywhere else. Let's overturn days. Oh yeah, this is the trait that lets him counterattack with one of his skills. Absolutely amazing, unheard of. Love it, love it. Ephemeral Swordplay, this is what he's going to counter with. It's just awesome. I love that ability. I love everything about it. It's great. We will showcase it. Here's the piercing that he gets. Very nice. Nice to have for free. Let's see. And then we got Ale of Glory over here, which is nice. He gets attack up max, which I already have for him. Chance Drive. Whoop whoop. Boost physical damage dealt to enemies that have fainted or are in break. This is great. I'm very happy that they gave him something to increase his damage to broken enemies. This is part of the reason why I think this guy's going to run so well with my Tsukasa. Tsukasa is an amazing breaker. Has arguably still one of the best breaks in the game with his S3. So it'd be nice to break an enemy, change over to the Swordmaster, and take advantage of, you know, Chance Drive and do more damage to broken enemies. So I think it's going to work out pretty well. I can't wait to try that out. We know what Ale of Glory does. Okay, here's Chance Drive. We were just looking at that. And then, of course, here's his normal sword boost. So I am right. He gets 10% and then 30% over there. So 40%. He's going to get some crit up 2. Aim Vitals. Very nice to have. Crit hit power plus 30%. This guy's going to be doing a lot of crit damage, and he's going to be breaking damage cap. And if he brings the right charisma, the rest of your units with this guy, like Tsukasa, they're going to be breaking damage cap too. Actually, it's going to work out very well for Tsukasa, because not only does he get to break damage cap if this guy's with him and he brings the right charisma ability, but then Tsukasa still gets critical impact. Very nice, very awesome stuff. And of course, we're right back to no attribute, critical rise. So this guy's skill set is absolutely off the chain. There's a bunch of custom stuff here. Auto critical is just great. Bunch of custom stuff here that only he gets. Like I said, still can't wait to really test out these charisma abilities. This is something awesome. This is something new. This is something different. Instead of just giving him, you know, some spells to cast, just kind of like half-ass cast and not really do anything with, they gave him these like awesome passive abilities. It's kind of like he's half paladin, right? He's like powering up the party that he's with. Definitely digging that. Cannot wait to fully unlock this character. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything here. Because like if this wasn't enough, this is just some batshit crazy from the back abilities here, including quick trigger. Gotta love that. Silver Swordsman. Davin has something like this too against large bosses. It is nice to see the banter between him and Davin. They're like old drinking buddies or something. So it was pretty cool. They do shoot the shit a little bit. And obviously they share the same ability to do monstrous damage to giant beasts. So that's cool. So in a nutshell, this is kind of like my first glance at his ability tree. Obviously, I only have him at 61 out of 106. Those are all the crystals I could save up, unfortunately, but he is level 100. So, let's go ahead and test him out. Let's take him to the White Lab on some hard difficulty. We're just going to go ahead and swap Celios out with him. So, again, you know what? I can leave this arc on him. He could probably use... Yeah, he could definitely use Sharp Eyes. Zax is going to sit this one out. This isn't a Special Forces mission. So, okay. Let's go find the White Lab. Yeah, while we're going over to the world map, this is cool. They did add... touring expeditions, whatever. I mean, I don't know why they just, well, I know why they couldn't call them expeditions, because we already have something like that. Tour. You can tour the land. Pretty easy. Set up the units that you want to run these things for the rewards. Give them some arcs. It will tell you which units get a bonus. Like when you click on one of these slots to pick a unit, it'll take you to your unit list, and some of the units will have like a little indicator here at the top left corner of their card, and that'll tell you that like they have a higher probability or some kind of bonus. Pretty straightforward, simple stuff right there. This is my first tour, so really don't know what to expect. I don't want to talk about it too much until I really figure it out. Let's see. Yeah, I have to go in here and I'm gonna have to put Beyland in here somewhere to start collecting shards for him, because we're definitely going to work on this character. I'm very happy that I pulled this guy today. He did not disappoint. I gotta say that he didn't disappoint. I didn't know all the details about him. I knew what his skills looked like. I saw the potential. I'm very happy that I got this guy now. You know, I will not be sad about not pulling Roland at all. So, but hey, Roland's gonna have some amazing arcs on his banner. So I'm at 2,500 lapis, saving for those arcs, because at this point that's the best I can hope for, is maybe to snag one of the arcs from Roland's banner. I'm sure there's going to be 2 of them. But yeah, really can't wait for that. We do have a little bit of time, and now we have daily quests to earn some lapis. So maybe the lapis will start stacking up a little bit, and I'll have enough to at least get an arc. But I'm very happy with this character. You can't go wrong with his arc either. His arc is very powerful. It gives you an absolutely amazing accessory that's going to help any sword master or anybody equipping a sword. Very good stuff. I'm really happy they didn't just give us another generic sword, because I already have a mana blade, so how can I improve on that? You know what I mean? But getting an accessory that in a way strengthens the mana blade, I'm all for that. So this guy's basic attack is just kind of like Shin's. You know, he draws the sword. Oh, there was that retaliation. He just used his S1 for free because one of them hit him. So that's very nice that we got to see that already. That's why these mobs are almost dead. Look at this. 1, 2, 3. S4 is halfway charged up just from that wave. Again, this guy doesn't have anything on him yet to boost his SCT speed. So we're gonna do some basic attacks to try to charge up his S4, because if I do his S1 right now, he'll wipe everybody out. Here's a Fenrir swordplay. Boom! It cuts through everybody. What's nice about this is you don't have to be next to the enemy to do it, like Celios's version of this skill. Like I said, like this guy can use his S1 all the way across, and it's gonna hit everybody, knock them all back. Here is Fierce Swordsplay. Very nice, even though he guarded against it. Because what Fierce Swordsplay is going to do is it's going to let you jump. Boom! And do a ton of damage. Here's his S3. Hopefully that doesn't kill... Oh, wow. It did a lot. So maybe we can get his S4 charged. Let's try some basic attacks. Come on, buddy. Come on. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, can we dodge it? One more auto attack should do it. And here's his S4. Very nice to be able to proc that so quickly. Loving this. This is great. Lots of good damage there. Bam. So that is what I'm going to want to use on a broken enemy. All in all, this guy's amazing. I love his kit. I love the synergy. He can just bust ass all over the place. He just destroys pretty much everyone and everything. Now I know this guy's level 100, so this is where I messed up personally. Okay, I don't think I should have used that rainbow potion on him. For the sake of this channel, I probably should have ran Alabaster Nightmare. I should have got him to like level 20 or 30 and ran Alabaster Nightmare just to kind of compare and see. Because I have benchmarks. I have a bunch of benchmarks for this level. That's why we're always using the white lab. It's easy for me to keep track of. And I jumped the gun with that rainbow potion. This is just me thinking out loud here. I should have just, taken this guy up to level 30, and then I should have ran Alabaster Nightmare. Because it's going to be a cakewalk for him since he's level 100. I'm fairly certain, though, that he could have cleared this at level 30 anyway. This guy's benchmarks are pretty high up there. I know they're pretty high up there. I love his skills, love his abilities. It was nice to see him counter with the skill right at the very beginning of the fight. Like, he really hurt that first wave. So all in all, very happy about this character. Absolutely psyched. I still have a ways to go to build him. Right, I have to farm shards and unlock a bunch of abilities. But it is nice that they're making it so that it's easier to get shards. Very cool stuff. I will say this, they did not get rid of the Mother Souls, so that's cool. No regrets though, like I did spend all of mine on Tsukasa. Really no regrets. I wanted to power up Tsukasa anyway. So this is going to be the character I'm working on next. He's only halfway there at level 100. Obviously we have abilities to teach this guy. I can't wait to unlock haste on him and just watch him go to town. So here he is, Beyland, guarding the city, protecting it from a swarm of beasts. Very badass character. I wanted to put something out there to show you guys what is on the banner right now. I can see why this guy gets compared to Roland. I can see why there's been so many discussions about it, because he is so powerful. I can tell you that just by looking through everything, and actually getting a chance to run him and seeing the synergy in his kit and seeing how quick his kit fills up. Like really the only other character that I've ran that managed to charge up their S4 that quickly at the Alabaster Nightmare level at the White Lab was, let's see, who was it? What's her name? Fal, Genius Archer Fal. She charges her S4 up very quickly. So that's very nice. He's going to do a ton of single target damage like you guys saw. I can't wait to see what he does to broken bosses, because like I said, that's going to be my strategy. Yeah, I was going to work on Celios next, but it's looking like Celios might just have to wait a little bit. He is level 91. He's not that bad off, right? Like I can use Celios to clear some content if I really need to do a ton of ice damage. I still have Celios for that. But Beyland is just a monster. Him and Davin are buddies. I think it's just sweet. So I have to work on Zex too. Like you always have to keep your rogue in tip-top shape. So I'm definitely working on the rogue. And I still have to work on Lily. Lily's a monster. She is definitely one of the best casters in the game so far right now. Absolutely love Lily. I just got a staff for her. So Randy here has served his purpose for me. Mr. Level 86, fully awakened Randy. I'm sorry, but you will have to give up the Mana Blade, because this old man is taking it. So other than that, this is what I got going on. I'm going to be working on Mr. Rick Sanchez next, because I'm going to run Rick Sanchez with Beyland and obviously with Tsukasa here. So that's going to be, my little dream team right now. I can't wait to get them all together and really see what I can do, especially with all the buffs and breaks that Mr. Rick Sanchez brings along with him. So I think under the right circumstances, Tsukasa and Beyland are just going to rock the damn block. Okay, like I said, Tsukasa's going to be breaking bosses left to right, and then I'm going to see exactly how much damage I can get out of this bad Mamma Jamma. And of course he's going to increase everyone's damage cap with one of his charisma abilities, or whichever one I choose. Obviously I don't need to put regenerate on him if Mr. Rick Sanchez is there to throw heals, so I can increase everyone's damage cap. Can't wait to test all this stuff out. I will keep you guys posted, but like I said, I just wanted to touch base with everybody and give everybody an idea of what is on this banner right now. For me, I personally think he's totally worth it. Try to pull for this character. He's a monster. A lot of people are going to want to hold out for Roland. Hey, that's perfectly fine too. Okay, there's quite a few people that share that sentiment. Great. Hold out for Roland. He should be around the corner sometime soon. But if you're not really that impressed with Roland, if you want somebody that is a little bit more concentrated on like physical damage, one type of damage type thing, this is your go-to guy. From my understanding, Roland is powerful all around, but he doesn't really excel in one in particular thing. This guy most definitely excels in skill-based close quarter combat. Tons and tons of damage, can overcome damage cap. So I am very happy that I decided to roll for this guy. It almost came down to me having to roll with the punches because I almost didn't get him. He literally came down on my last pull. Oh, that's another thing. There is a there is a step up for this guy, and I'm sorry. I feel bad because in my last vid I was like, yeah, step up confirmed. Like, I really thought the step up would be something. It's just kind of something sad, if I recall correctly. You get one summon for 100, then you get like 2 summons for 200, and then like the last step is I don't know, what was it, 4 summons? They didn't even let us do a 10 pull. Adis, the step up was just absolutely weak sauce. But I hope somebody out there somewhere scored this character off of the step up. If you did, leave me a comment, let me know. But me, for one, I was expecting a little bit more from the step up. You know, at least let us get a 10 pull in there. Like, come on, Adis. Like, the last step should at least be a 10 pull. Just IMO, in my opinion, right? I don't think you guys are going to be missing out on anything if you increase that last step to a full 10 pull. But hey, that's just me. I've never had any luck in this game on the step ups, probably because they're so weak and you're only getting a couple pulls at a time. But hey, best of luck to everyone. Just because I had a terrible time with the step up, doesn't mean I wish misfortune for you. I hope you guys all pull this character just off of doing the step up, and then I hope you do one single daily pull and you get the arc as well. Alright, best of luck to everyone. But as far as Mobile Gamers Unite is concerned, this character is definitely worth it. Alright, so that's my final word on it. Everybody have an awesome day, and best of luck to all of you. Peace.